If you are open to change and follow these simple steps, then you will be ready to harness more of those life-changing opportunities and reach your fullest potential. 64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy. Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker. Today we look at The Source. Open your mind, change your life. By Dr. Swart. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. In this video, we explore a book by a neuroscientist, an executive coach with a background in psychiatry. And she is convinced, beyond all doubt, of our ability to alter how our brains work and transform our lives. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I haven't used that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, your social awareness, your self-management, and relationship management. Brain scanning has transformed our view on the influence of the brain and the importance of mental health and strength, as well as unlocking the tremendous power of the brain plasticity and what it means for all of us. Through repetition, this becomes the default pathway in our brain. The longer we have been doing something, the less likely we are to question it. Whether that is our favorite color or our choice of life partner, following this autopilot means that life follows very familiar patterns, which is much more efficient for the brain as it requires less energy. Also, the brain is wired to avoid change, which is perceived as threat, and to which it creates a stress response that stops us from taking risks and then powers off our higher thinking executive functions of the brain, such as regulating emotions, overriding biases, solving complex problems, and thinking flexibly and creatively to keep us safe. It actually opts for instant gratification and the path of least resistance, whether or not it is in our best interest for it to do so. On autopilot, we do not question these underlying entrenched habits and where they come from, or whether they serve us any longer. We switch off and we let life happen to us, assuming that much of it is out of our control. However, neuroscience shows us that we can take back control of our minds by rewiring our brain's pathways to make lasting positive changes to our lives. The true power of the brain lies in being able to integrate what we think with how we feel, the cortex and the limbic system together, and what our gut tells us, what we sense throughout our entire bodies. Life does not have to be about fear and half measures and what if and regrets. Developing metacognition, thinking about thinking, and becoming aware of one's awareness, rather than functioning on autopilot, is one of the main objectives of The Source. A function of the prefrontal cortex, the PFC. The term comes from the root word meta, meaning beyond. Metacognition encompasses all of our memory monitoring, our self-regulation of our consciousness, our self-awareness. crucial capacities to regulate our own thinking and maximize our awareness and our potential to drive change. The intention point. So they define this as the meeting place between the heart and the mind. But science shows us that there's more than just blind faith in this notion. When we set a goal from the intention point, what actually happens scientifically is that our deepest emotions and our rational thinking line up, and then they work in harmony rather than in conflict. It is almost impossible to reach our goals when we are out of kilter in these three dimensions. It's interesting how when we are making life choices, we tend to distinguish the concepts of our head, of our heart, of our gut as separate things and pulling us in different directions. We pin the logical process in the brain against the more instinctive responses of our body and the pull of our heart and our emotions. So how can we change the way we think to allow for abundant living? Abundant thinking relies on a willingness to change our patterns of thinking, to make space for the new ones, to let go of the past beliefs, take on board new evidence, new ideas. By definition, if you stand for science, you stand for being comfortable with failure and moving forward with an appetite for new learning and continuous improvement. In life as in science, progress comes about more easily if we're willing to let go of the past beliefs, and embrace change. Striving for transformation, in a personal sense, requires unflinching honesty about our own thinking, about our own willingness to change our mind. Quite simply, when you do allow your brain to be conscious of and focus on what you want in life, the raised awareness that results will work in your favor to automatically bring opportunities into your life. It's not magic. It's just that you are able to see the possibilities and then move forward with your dreams in a way that truly your brain was hiding from you previously. Patience. Despite a pure intent and focus on what is that we want to achieve, sometimes we either give up too soon, or we get anxious, or we get desperate for the process to work. This principle is about enjoying and, most importantly, trusting the process and allowing things to unfold naturally in their own good time, rather than being obsessed with goals and achieving goals. As you build these new neural pathways, there seems to be a point where it feels like nothing changes for a while. Then suddenly, things fall into place and everything becomes more effortless. There are two major systems we can hone that will help us to gain access to our deepest intrinsic wisdom and personal power. Listening to messages from our body, interoception, and paying attention to what our gut instinct is telling us, intuition. We are all familiar with the proper senses through which our experience of the world is mediated: sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch. Interoception is different. It is the lesser known sense, but it helps us feel and understand what is going on inside our body. It helps us read our own body and process its signals, from hunger, thirst, body temperature, to our heart rate, or the state of our digestion. See, visualization works because there's surprisingly little difference to the brain between experiencing an event directly in the outside world and a strongly imagined vision, plus sometimes even imagined action of the same event. No difference for the brain. Physical refers to what you feel in your body. Mental is about what is going on in your thoughts. Emotional is how you are feeling, and spiritual is about how you feel deep down at a more fundamental level in terms of your sense of meaning, your sense of purpose, your place in the world. Praise activates the emotional circuitry associated with love, trust, joy, excitement, which correlates to the bonding hormone oxytocin, making us feel warm towards others and towards ourselves. As a result, when we are in the habit of thinking this way, we're more likely to act on these biases of abundance. Feel that no one else's success diminishes our own. Self-criticism and negativity, on the flip side, activate the survival circuitry associated with emotions such as fear, anger, disgust, sadness. This biases our perspective towards scarcity, makes it more likely that we will remain frozen in the status quo than take any risk that may lead to further punishment. Neuroplasticity also ensures we can achieve forgiveness. Letting go of a past loss or a hurt can be the hardest change to make in the brain. But often, this same pathway is the one that is driving the shame, the mistrust, the inability to forgive. And it keeps us stuck. Our brains are constantly evolving, refining, learning in response to everything that they're experiencing. Emotions, people, events. And we need to be aware of this and then manage what we expose our brains to and how we deal with the impact. We can't do this in real time. Writing past hurts and cleaning what's present. The adaptive, regenerative power of the brain is incredible. And there you have it, the source. Open your mind, change your life. Please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Do subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it. Read. Never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.